What's up everyone, Titanium Tuckle here. Today going to review set 71705, Destiny's Bounty. This is the legacy version of the Destiny's Bounty. This set has 1,781 pieces and retails for $130. Set comes with 7 figures and I gotta say, I really like this bounty. But before we actually take a look at the bounty, the first thing we're gonna do is look at the figures. Now, I would say that the figures are probably the weakest part of the Destiny's Bounty. And I only say this because literally half of the figures are figures we've already been getting for the past 2 waves of Legacy. They're not bad figures, but they're also, kind of tiring to get these figures. At the very least, they added some golden armor onto these figures, but we've already seen the Kai, we've already seen the Jay, we've already seen the Zane, we've already seen the Cole. But nonetheless, they're pretty great figures. They're not too bad, so it's at least good to get good figures. The printing on them are pretty great. The Master Wu figure, the Sensei Wu figure is also pretty great. I really love the design of this. The remake of this kimono from Battle Between Brothers, I just really like this design. The dragon on the back is also really cool. And then we got Nia, which is one of the new figures. I would say new with parentheses, only because the printing on it, the gold printing on the Nia figure, is the only thing different from the last Legacy Samurai X figure. The last Samurai X figure had her design, her Phoenix design, while this one has just a generic samurai design. So it works. I like it. It's not bad. It's not amazing, but it's good. The only real exclusive figure from this set is the Kid Lloyd figure, and I gotta say, I really love this figure. I love the face, both sides, his worried face and his smirky face. So the cape is also really great. It's just an overall great figure. Maybe switch out the black hands for yellow hands. Maybe that would make it an even better figure. But overall, it's still an amazing figure and the only exclusive figure out of this entire set. But that doesn't really make the set any better or brings it up a bit. It's still just one exclusive figure out of 7, so it's not that big of a deal, but it's still cool to have at least one exclusive figure. Now, looking at the actual Destiny's Bounty, I gotta say this set is actually really amazing. Once you actually build the set, it's a lot better than what you're seeing on pictures. So when this set was first announced, I was really excited, and when I saw images of it, I was really disappointed. But actually having it in hand, it's a phenomenal set. The build techniques on this set particularly are pretty impressive. There are some bits and parts where I look at it or I'm building it and I'm just like, wow, I would have never imagined this. For instance, the boosters, they're at an angle. The whole mechanic for the boosters is just insanely good, and I'll get to that in a second. But just the overall design of the Destiny's Bounty is just beautiful. One of my biggest complaints with the Destiny's Bounty is the actual size. It is pretty small in comparison to the movie Destiny's Bounty, and once you start adding figures, the actual size of the bounty doesn't seem to fit with the figure scale. It all starts to feel very clunky and compact, and that's one of the things I don't like about this Destiny's Bounty. But if you add just 2-3 figures, it'll look better. But if you have all the figures on top of the Destiny's Bounty, it just doesn't seem right, and that's kind of my only complaint with this Destiny's Bounty. It's the actual size, but overall design wise, it's amazing. Now, this Destiny's Bounty has 5 main features to it. The first feature is the little cannon, but it's just a little classic cannon, and actually this part is used to open up the Destiny's Bounty to have the interior inside the deck. It's a very small, compact little thing. Like I said, for its size, it's pretty great. So it's not that big a deal, but it still would have been better to have more interior. But most of the interior is actually taken up by the boosters, which, my gosh, the freaking boosters are actually one of the best action features I've ever seen in the Ninjago set. These boosters just work so well. you turn the ones in the back, and then the front ones also open. And I just gotta say, the whole thing, the whole mechanism just works phenomenally, like really well. Like it's just amazing. I have no words. It's amazing. It's probably one of the most satisfying functions on this build. The second or the third most satisfying function on this Destiny's Bounty is actually the sails. How they open. I gotta say, the sails, like they're amazing. Just I could do this with the sails all day. You know, it's amazing. Just look at them. Look at them. My only complaint with this mechanism is that it does use the blue Technic pins, and it's not more so a complaint that they use the blue Technic pins, it's that there's just this little bit of blue that's being shown on this beautiful ship, and it's kind of distracting if you pay really close attention. But overall, if you're just looking at it from a distance, you're not going to notice. The gears, all of the chains, it all works, so I think aesthetically it looks well. Just the little blue parts are the only bits that are like off, but overall it's still really great. The next feature is the anchors. Now the anchors work and don't work sometimes. It's not the best feature and it's not the smoothest feature, but it's still a feature that works quite well when you get it right. So you just turn the knob to release and also turn the knob to bring the anchors back, and I think it's just great. It's definitely needed for a boat. It's just an amazing feature to have. And the last feature is just essentially taking off the Destiny's Bounty's little thingaling. I don't know what it's called, to be honest, but you just remove this entire section. The roof comes off, the whole section comes off, so it's actually pretty great. The roof design is really nice, and it's got a little compartment inside of it where it could hold some weapons. The actual little building thing unfolds. Now, one of the things I don't like about this building is that it just takes up too much space for the control room. Overall design of this little build is actually really great, but I wish they didn't really go for such a design. I would have preferred more effort to be put in the interior for the control room, because as you can see here, the interior for the control room is very compact as well. You only got like one screen, a lever, and the steering wheel for the ship. But overall, design-wise, it's really great. And the whole purpose of this little build is that you take out the dummy, pose a figure, and it's like a little training room. So it's a control and a training room put together, but I would have preferred it be one or the other, which it being the control room. So I think that's one downside to the actual ship, but overall, it's really great. And yeah, that is pretty much it for this Destiny's Bounty. It's a very beautiful set. I really enjoy this set. Once you've got the features all working with the boosters and the sails, you flying around with the ship, it looks really amazing. I will literally spend like half an hour just flying the ship around my room, because I don't know, it's something about it just looks amazing like that. In its flight mode, it's like it's just so beautiful. I don't know why. It's like, I like boats, okay? Well, I like the Ninjago boats, and this set is definitely a must grab if you like the Destiny's Bounty. In comparison, obviously, to the movie Bounty, it's a little bit underwhelming, but I think it's still worth getting. It's definitely worth the $130. But overall, yeah, the sails design is great. Just everything about the Destiny's Bounty is great. The only problem, like I said earlier in the video, is that it is very compact, very small, and you can't fit many figures on it. Well, you can fit many figures on it, but the problem is it loses scale. And you know, the Destiny's Bounty is supposed to be this big ship where the ninjas sleep sometimes, they eat, they train, and you can't really get much with this because literally putting all the figures on takes all the space, and you can't really put other things on. But it's still a really cool design, and I totally recommend. And yeah, that is my review on the Destiny's Bounty. Hope you all enjoyed this review. I know it's a bit different from other reviews, and that's kind of what I was going for. If you guys didn't like the style of review, Maybe leave some feedback as to what I can do for reviews, or if you guys want me to do the traditional way, I guess, the traditional way. Yeah, so please leave some feedback. I definitely need the feedback, because this is my first time trying to do it in this style. So hopefully it worked. Next time I'm probably gonna definitely try to have a script, because some parts I didn't know what to say. But with that said, leave me your feedback. Give me some feedback, guys. Don't be nice to me in the comments. Leave me the feedback that I need feedback is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, questions about the Destiny's Bounty, also leave them down in the comments below. I will try to answer them. And with that said, hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Taco out!